The Ferrari Icona series was created by the Italian automaker to pay homage to their heritage through modern automobiles, and people are talking about this trending car. In today's video, we are discussing Ferrari Icona and why everyone is talking about it, so kindly stay tuned until the end of this video. Don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thanks! It's among the newest addition to its collection of ultra-limited edition supercars during a special event at the Mugello racing track in Italy. The design of the car is inspired by some of the marque's renowned 1960s racers, and it is powered by a naturally aspirated V12 engine that produces well over 800 horsepower. Few names will get the hearts of closed-wheel racing aficionados racing quicker than that of Ferrari Daytona. In the 1960s, it was the unofficial name for the Marquis Sports prototype racing cars. Why? Because some of their most spectacular achievements occurred in the 24 hours of the Daytona, including a 1-2-3 finish by the 330 P3/4, 330 P4, and 412P at the 1967 edition of the legendary endurance event. The brand's newest Icona model is inspired by that trio of racers, according to a press statement. The carbon fiber body of the mid-engine Daytona SP3 exemplifies this idea. Its aerodynamic design has extravagant curves, including a wraparound windshield, huge fenders that house both sets of wheels, and a flared spoiler in the rear. Despite these obvious nods to Ferrari's racing golden days, the automobile seems to be completely new. This is due, in part, to its 2021 Lightning package, which incorporates razor-thin headlights up front and a horizontal luminous strip in the back, immediately behind the spoiler, and dihedral doors. The automobile likewise has a semi-convertible Targa style, but there is a clip-on top panel for further protection. Inside the automobile, the combination of old and modern continues. Behind the wheel, the same digital dashboard and human-machine interface technology package as found on the SF90 Stradale, Roma, and 296 GTB is available. There's no large information screen above the center console, as is becoming more typical on premium cars, but Ferrari likes to keep its driver's hands on the wheel and eyes on the road. Meanwhile, the adjustable seats are incorporated into the body of the automobile and are covered with a fabric that links over the middle tunnel, as was popular on swing and 60s cars. The engine of the Daytona SP3 is located behind the vehicle's two-person cabin, and what an engine it is! The limited edition supercar is powered by the same 6.5-liter naturally aspirated V12 found in the 812 Competizione. However, several significant modifications have been made to it. According to a press statement, it now has titanium connecting rods, and its piston pins, sliding finger followers, and camshaft have all been treated with diamond-like carbon to minimize friction. The engine produces 829 horsepower, 514 pounds-per-foot of torque, and has a red line of 9,500 RPM when matted to a 7-speed double-clutch gearbox that transfers power to the rear axle. It boasts 10 more horses than the 812 Competizione in terms of horsepower, making it Ferrari's most powerful combustion-powered road vehicle. That seems fitting for a vehicle that pays homage to the brand's storied racing heritage. Despite knowing what to anticipate from the Daytona SP3, there are two unanswered questions. The first is the number of samples that will be created. The automobile will only be accessible to a restricted number of VIP clientele and collectors, according to the carmaker, who did not specify how many. Previous Icona versions, like the Mazda SP1 and SP2, were restricted to 500 units. The second consideration is the cost. No price was given, but given the series it belongs to, the racing cars it celebrates, and its V12 powerhouse, we wouldn't be shocked if it costs well into 7 figures. That is to be anticipated from the very finest Ferrari has to offer. The mid-engined V12-powered Targa with removable hardtop has a modern design inspired by Ferrari sports prototype endurance racers of the 1960s. Specifically, the trio that finished first, 330 P3/4, second, 330 P4, and third, 412P in the 1967 24 Hours of Daytona, the race that gives the new supercar its name. The Icona series was introduced by Ferrari in 2018, with the Mazda SP1 and Mazda SP2 vehicles based on the 812 platforms. The series is aimed at collectors who want to buy a low-volume model with style influenced by historical masterpieces, which seems to be popular among today's rich. The automobiles are created by the same special projects team that creates Ferrari's one-of-a-kind vehicles, thus the SP initials in the titles. The Daytona SP3 will be built in 599 units, 100 more than the Monza pair, with pricing beginning at €2 million, or $2.25 million. Don't be shocked if all the construction spots have already been taken. Limited edition Ferraris tend to appreciate over time, making them appealing investment vehicles. In addition, existing Mazda owners were granted the first refusal on the Daytona SP3. Instead of aluminum like the rest of Ferrari's range, the Daytona SP3 has custom carbon fiber tub made from aeronautical grade composites with T800 and T1000 strength ratings, as well as carbon fiber for the body. Tough Kevlar was also employed in high impact regions. Several essential components, such as the seat framework, were incorporated into the tub to reduce weight and lower the center of gravity. The engine is a modified version of the 6.5-liter V12 seen in the 812 Competizione A. Peak power is 828 horsepower at 9,250 RPM, and peak torque is 514 pounds per foot at 7,250 RPM, making it the most powerful engine ever mounted to a Ferrari road vehicle. Weight-saving techniques were used here as well, such as the use of titanium instead of steel for the connecting rods. The crankshaft was also lightened. The intake system has a redesigned manifold and plenum that are lower in size to shorten the overall length of the tracks and hence aid to produce more power at high RPM. According to Ferrari, variable shape intake tracks enable the torque curve to be optimized based on the driving circumstances. The valves are likewise controlled by sliding finger followers. This approach, according to Ferrari, saves weight and allows for greater performance valve profiles. The engine is linked to a 7-speed dual-clutch gearbox that solely transfers power to the back wheels. Ferrari claims that owing to unique calibration, the gearbox is faster than in other versions. The 20-inch front and 20-inch rear wheels are covered in a custom Pirelli P0 Corsa tire intended to enhance stability in low-grip conditions. The tires are 265/30 in the front and 345/30 in the back. The automobile has a dry weight of 3,273 pounds, and any owner who drives one in anger may anticipate 0 to 62 miles per hour acceleration in 2.85 seconds, and 0 to 124 miles per hour acceleration in 7.4 seconds. The top speed is more than 211 miles per hour. Given the aerodynamic performance that is required to be extracted, the style is excellent, as it is possible to discern design characteristics shared with some of Ferrari's legendary sports prototypes, such as the fender-mounted side mirrors, curving body, and broad, wedge-like tail. The interior is accessed by butterfly doors, which lead to a squeezed midsection that then expands to produce strong rear winds that wrap around the rear wheels and give the vehicle a muscular and dynamic appearance. The horizontal blades at the back are unmistakable. These were incorporated to assist minimizing the bulk of the back while also giving a futuristic touch and an homage to various Ferraris from the past, like the Testarossa. The headlights, which include a cover that swings open, a contemporary twist on pop-up headlights, are another traditional Ferrari homage. The interior is a first for Ferrari. A 16-inch curved display dominates an almost minimalistic dash behind a wraparound windshield that creates the impression of a jet fighter's cockpit. The gated shifter-style gear changer, along with various controls on the steering wheel, means that around 80% of the Daytona SP3's functions may be operated without the driver taking his or her hands off of the wheel. A retractable top and advanced aerodynamics are utilized to keep the interior quiet during open-air driving. A Nolder, for example, is built into the top of the windshield to guide airflow over the interior. The center of the rear roll bar also dips to match the form of the rear buttresses and engine cover, reducing the amount of weight that may be redirected back into the cabin. Finally, Air tubes behind the headrest assist feeding air from the sides into the interior. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like, and leave a comment saying I subscribed, and I'll personally reply to your comment. Thanks.